is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back another More Than Meets the Eye episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we give my first reaction, unboxed, review all things pop culture, mainly toys like Transformers, Star Wars, anime, McFarlane figures, and a bunch of other stuff, like going to conventions, which we're getting ready to go to one to Yamacon. So if this is your first time here, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button so you can get notified of all sorts of goodness. We are getting very close to that 1,000 by the end of the year. We're currently about 73 subscribers away, so we're getting there, folks. That would be my best Christmas gift ever, to have people love me. People, please love me. But anyway, today what we're gonna talk about is something from Magic Square, number 4 of 5 of Bruticus. And so we're gonna look at Magic Square's Tornado, or aka Vortex. So come with me if you dare. Let's do it. Here we have it, folks, number 4 of 5. We've got Magic Square's Tornado, aka Vortex. So this is number 4 of 5 of the Combaticons that we have unboxed. If you have not seen those other videos, I will put a link in the description down below of the other ones. But we're gonna get all these Combaticons out of the box and all that good stuff, and then we'll combine them to form Bruticus. And so right now I do have Blast Off, but I don't have the IDW version of him, so I'm waiting on that before we open Blast Off. But here we have both the G1 edition and the IDW edition of Tornado, or aka Vortex. I like it. It has the ruffles, have ridges. And so here we go. Let's take a look at the G1 box. I love it. It looks just like the G1 box. I love the back. It looks cool. Got all his stats and things like that. He's very smart. On the bottom, the warnings, all that, boom, boom, boom. This box has the cool little, like, you know, hologram stuff. Gem is the hologram. So what we're going to do, we'll go over the differences between these two bots, and then we'll change them into vehicle mode. I may only do one in vehicle mode just because there's not really that much difference between the two, but we will go over those, and we will compare him to the other Combaticons and say, hey, which one of them do I like best so far of the 4? And so let us do it. Let's get Vortex Tornado E4 out of the box. And here they are out of the box, and let me show you what each one comes with. Of course, I've got the boxes still there, so you can kind of tell which is which. And already out of the box, I can tell some differences between the two. But what you get with each one of them, you do get the Bruticus body. Whether you got the G1 or the IDW, you get a hand right there, the hand of the king. You get his propellers that you'll put on him, and then you get your bag of goodies, which is your cards, your extra weapons, and your instructions. Let me tell you, these instructions are worthless. So I will probably be watching a video more than I'll be doing these instructions. But that's what you get out of the box. So let me get Vortex kind of purdied up and gussied up a little bit, and so that way we can kind of get a bit more look at him, his articulation, and the differences between the two. There they are, the belle of the ball. So what I did was I put their little propellers on and their little guns on. I hadn't put their guns in their hands yet. I like to do that when I pose them and stuff like that. But if you take a look, let's go ahead and take a look at these guns. There they are. Very nice plastic, very good feel. I think they look amazing on that. And then of course, when you take a closer look at the hands, not much different in the hands. These hands are the same hands. But here is a big difference between these two right here. The color of the body. So the IDW one is more of that onslaught blue, whereas this one is gray on there. And then the face and all that good stuff. And we'll go over these guys later on when we go over Bruticus. But there are the big differences there. Just put these here so I don't get them confused. And then here are the two robots in disguise, so to speak. And really, the glaring difference between the two, and the only thing that I can see that is different, is the head sculpt. And that's just the color of the head. So you got the blue head here and you got the gray head here. So the G1's going to have the gray, this one's going to have the blue, but that is pretty much it. All the rest of the colors are spot on. Everything else looks about the same. Now that's my initial impression. I haven't gotten into anything else or haven't looked at any other reviews to see. Again, looks the same right there between those. And then here's the back view, the same all around. And so that is, I think, the big difference between the two is that head sculpt is blue versus gray on there. So we'll bring that in a little bit closer so you can see. Which one do you like better? Do you like the blue one or do you like the gray one? I like the blue one is nice. I think I like just the contrasting colors and things like that. Now these little gun things go on here and they also peg in the back, but I'm having a little difficulty. There we go. I say that and then it goes, oh, you know what? I'll just do it for you. Doggone it. This one I'm having a little difficulty getting pegged in. But those are the little guns that you can put on there. And this spins freely. I love that. Very nice action on that. And you kind of have to push that in and really force that in. But here is some articulation. So the head, you don't get it on a ball. It is just a swivel head. So that's all you get. But the arm does go up, does kind of move. It's on a ball joint itself. You do have the 360. You do have the nice elbow bend, and then you do have the nice kind of, you know, twisty twist right there, and then the twisty twist right there too as well. So when we get into the waist, no ab crunch there, so to speak, but you do have a 360, and it is a smooth 360 action. I wonder if that's just because he does make up Bruticus's arm, his left arm. And then of course the legs, you got the Jean-Claude Van Damme that you can do. You can kick forward, way forward. Look at that. He is a rocket. And then you can kick back, not as far back, but then you have the 90-degree bend there. So that's what you got there. And so you can do some really cool kind of little bit of poses, but it's a little limited. Again, with combiners, you do get a little bit more limitation to the posing because it has to be able to be A, both a robot, and B, a limb of the bigger robot. Then the leg, you do have the bend right there. So you got a little bit of the ankle twist on that too as well. So that is him in a nutshell. This is me in a nutshell. Help, I'm in a nutshell. How do I get into this crazy nutshell? But from a size standpoint, again, ramen is hard to come by. There's my phone, and I'll move it back a little bit so we can kind of see. And so that's about where he stands from a height for a Vortex there. And so let me go ahead and bring him in one more time really close so you can kind of get a good look at him. And there he is from the front. Can see those details. I really love, again, the feel of the plastic for Magic Square is just one of my favorite things. Windows are painted. There's the back there, the top. That there's a lot of, like, looks like a lot of tabs. So there looks like there's a lot of tabbing we're going to be doing when we transform this guy. So that's something I definitely look forward to after a couple shots of whiskey. But we'll get a weapon in his hand. So let's go ahead and put it in. He is a righty with the weapon according to the box right there. And then we'll kind of same articulation here on the IDW one. No difference at all in the articulation between those two. But there they are. So let's do this. Let's get some other robots for comparison and his other compadres so we can get them together. So they're about to drop an album that is going to be fire, off the chain, lit, hooked up, whatever you want to call it, radical, totally awesome. But I have the two Vortexes in the middle, and of course you can see his compadres right here. We got Brawl, we got Swindle, we got Onslaught. So they do scale well with each other, Onslaught being a little bit bigger. Got a Core class Sound Blaster, we got Shattered Glass Sideswipe, Voyager class Onslaught Bludgeon, and then Masterpiece Magic Square Light of Victory, or Light of Peace. I don't remember which one it is, but Magic Square's Masterpiece level Optimus Prime. So you can see from a size standpoint what they will scale well with. What I love, again, about Legend Bots is, again, you get such intricate articulation, detail look in such a small package. That is what's great. And so, small package, I don't want to, all right, anyway, but they are pretty cool. And so all his buddies that I do have that are transformed in robot mode, these are all the IDW versions of the mold. So there's not much difference. You'll see an Onslaught. Swindle here has that gray face. I wish they would put that gray face and maybe, you know, include him in a support ticket or something like that for your G1 version. So the IDW version, I love that gray face there. Yeah, that is they in a nutshell. Really, really cool. So y'all, thank you for coming. We are going to do our best, and we are going to get you in alt mode. And so the one we're going to transform into alt mode will be the G1 one, and we'll leave him in robot mode. So that way we can see his alt mode and kind of play with it a little bit. Because again, the differences between the two in alt mode are almost negligible on that. So, but let's get him in alt mode. I am going to be watching a good Streak Shooters TF. He does an amazing job at transforming and giving a good step-by-step. So that's the video I am going to watch as I transform this, and you will see through the magic of video editing a helicopter in front of you. So let's do it. Boom! From this to this, we have Vortex in helicopter mode. I almost said mold. But there he is. I got him sitting on a flight stand right now because I did some twirly-whirly shots that you'll see later on at the end of the video. But, you know, if I would have gone with the instructions for Magic Square, I would still be transforming him. But thanks to Streak Shooters TF, and I'll put a link to it. Very straightforward, very simple. I think I'm getting the hang of Magic Square. I just know it's a bunch of tabs and folds, just like me. So lots of folds. I know I put a mental image in your head that you should not have anymore, but just think folds. Anyway, I love these Combaticons alt modes. They're phenomenal. First of all, I love Magic Square's alt modes. I think they do a really, really great job at it, and especially hiding things. Now you can tell it's a lot of panels. There's panel. This one's more panely than some of the other ones, but still, they do a really, really great job of hiding a lot of the stuff here. Especially look at robot mode here. You can tell he's a helicopter, but they do a lot of stuff getting rid of like the kibble and bits and all that kind of stuff, making it look really good. So Magic Square, kudos to you for hiding stuff. So let's get this off this little flight stand here. We'll move that to the side, and let's bring this in closer for a closer look. And one of the things I love is the propels. Whoop. You can enact your own apocalypse now, you know, bum 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 bum. Love the smell of napalm in the morning. Smells like victory. But anyway, overall, I mean, really, really cool, really great. Just several different steps. But look, again, they do a really good job at hiding stuff. Of course, you can see his head right there. That'd be kind of cool if you can hide that. I know you can push this all the way that way so you can hide it, but that's part of the landing gear for when he's landed. So I guess when you're flying, you can kind of push that way, but when he's landed, he needs to do that. Haven't figured out where to put the gun. If y'all know where to put this part of the gun on here, because I know you can hide these guns on the Combaticons, at least on the other ones. I'd love to know where you can do. So this point right here, this piece, it's the tip of the gun right here. So I don't know if you can see the tip of the gun right there. That just comes off, and you can make that as a point. You can put that on there. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I really, really, really love this helicopter alt mode. I love this helicopter. I love military vehicles in general. I mean, I grew up in a military family. Anytime there was an air show, I was so excited to go. Now, one of the things with Magic Square, but yeah, anyways, squirrel. I go off on a little tangent, then I come back. But loved air shows, loved going to them, loved seeing all the military vehicles, and I know I've seen something that looked like this, very familiar on that. So, but here he is from the front. as you can see him right there. Very cool colors. And again, if you're looking at the IDW version, which is this one, when he's in alt mode, there's really not much of a difference. There's not much of a difference at all, except the blue face instead of the blue head instead of the gray head. But there he is from the front. There he is from the side, right there, from the butt. And then from this side. Now these come up and down right there, so you got to kind of just keep playing with it. But that's really, really cool. I mean, I just love it. There's the bottom, the top, very nice. And so if we put it sitting down, so you can see that landing gear does play a crucial role in keeping it straight on. And so when we put that down like so, again, here's my phone. You can kind of see from a measurement standpoint, it's about as long as my phone. From a height, that's about how high he is right there. So let's do this. Let's bring in some of the other vehicles to compare him to. There they are, 4 of the 5 Combaticons with Vortex and Swindle and Brawl and Onslaught. So if there's an S, I got to do the little lisp, or if there's an R, I got to roll the R's. But here they all look. They look really, really great. I'm just telling you right now. Now, of course, I think from a scale standpoint, this helicopter should be bigger than this guy. You know, because again, it transports troops. It should be a little bit bigger. But again, no worries to me, because again, the main draw of these, not just the military vehicles and what they replicate, but the main draw is forming Bruticus once we get Blastoff, or aka Space Shuttle here. But I do have Space Shuttle, but I'm waiting on the IDW one before we open him up. So tune in soon, because that is being shipped and it should be here, probably any day now. Hopefully if the creek don't rise, sun don't shine, Jesus doesn't come back, apocalypse doesn't happen. If it does, then you know what? We'll switch to a Fallout 4 vlog. You know, hey, how do you survive in the wasteland? But that's what he looks like now. If I was to bring in any other vehicles, so here is a core class little Bumblebee right there that you can kind of see. And let me pull back just a hair so you can kind of see. Here's a masterpiece. Ultra Magnus there, and then of course just bringing another military vehicle here. We got good old Blitzwing right there, so you can kind of see them all together in a row, what they look like. And if we turn them, give them that profiling, styling, filing, McBrilin, whatever. I'm not a good rhymer, but you can kind of see all in a row what they look like together again. All right, so but there they are. So let's get back together, talk through some of my final thoughts, whether it is a buy, whether you should go with the G1 or the IDW version. Tune in, because we're getting ready to talk about that. Let's do it. So some of my final thoughts around Vortex. Love my little tree in the back with my Mandalorian helmet. That's so cool. Puts me in the spirit. So let's bring Vortex back in. So first of all, here is the IDW version with the blue head. Remember, the G1 has the gray head. But you know what? I got both of them. One in alt mode, one in robot mode, because this one will be eventually converted to Bruticus. Both of them will be converted to Bruticus. But right now, we're going to display them both, one in alt and one in robot mode, until we get them together as Bruticus and show the differences between the IDW version and the G1 version. You can kind of already see as I'm showing you the pieces and parts and things like that. But again, first of all, alt mode wise, on a scale of good, bad, awesome, this is awesome. I love the helicopter. I love the look. It'd be cool if I had some ways of pegging in like flight stands and stuff like that, but you know, I get it. But it doesn't stop me from putting a flight stand on it. Just wish there was an easier way to do it. But love this alt mode. Good, bad, awesome. Very, very nice. Very smooth. I mean, it does a good job at hiding things well. It's very panely though. You can see all the panels that come together, but still a lot better than some of the alt modes I've seen in the past on this. Very Magic Square, again, it's not for the novice or the faint in heart. So you want to make sure that either A, you love puzzles, or B, drink a lot of scotch or whiskey to get your nerves calm and ready to do that. And pro tip, if you're convert any transformer, but mainly Legends, get you one of these. It's a little spudger stick. You can get these on Amazon, whatever you want to. I can't get that into focus, but you can get one if you want to, because this really helps out with some of the small areas and small pieces and parts. And then of course robot mode, good, bad, awesome. Again, I would give this an awesome. I mean, just really did a great job in this mold. I think Magic Square never ceases to amaze me as I went through each of the Combaticons that I currently get. They just got better and better. The only one that's a little disappointing was that Swindle without the gray face. I mean, I got the one with the gray face, and without, I would love to have both of them with the gray face, but you know what, you can't always get what you want, right? Or can you? So maybe I'll write support and say, hey, is there any way you can send me the gray face and see what happens? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Now, the waist on both of them are a little bit loose, but I assume that's just because of the nature of this being one of the arms and it's a combiner. So we'll see on that. But again, very nice, very cool, very awesome. I really enjoy these. I think you would too. So I would encourage you to do this. Look, if you're looking for a combiner set to get, these Combaticons are awesome. Where you can get these on Magic Square's website. You can get them on bombusb.net, TF Safari. Shozy store is a really good place to get it. I would encourage you, there's a couple YouTubers I follow that have review codes. So definitely use BTK, which is Billy the Kid's No BS Reviews review code. It helps support him and things like that too as well. So if you're going to buy from Shozy store, please use that BTK support reviewer code on that, so that way you can help support Billy. Billy, you're my man. I hope I get to talk to you, and I hope we get to do a live soon. I know you're doing some stuff with your home, and he does have right now. There's a cool fundraiser going on for him if you want to help out with that too as well. That does take some time to get here because you're ordering it from China, and so it will take some time to get here. You know, I'd say no more than 4 weeks typically is what I've seen. But if you can't wait and you got to have them right now, you will pay a premium for them, but you can go to websites here in the States. Big Bad Toy Store is one, but you're going to pay probably about double of what you would pay if you got it overseas. What I like about Shozy's store, it's still cheap and the shipping is included on that. Now, some of the others are cheaper, but shipping is not included. And Shozy's store has a really cool rewards program. Magic Square has a good rewards. They all have a good rewards program, but they're all really great sites that have some really great bots. So on a scale, I digress. I've talked too much about you should get these. You should get these. These are friggin' amazing. These are friggin' awesome. So you definitely should go out, get them, sell kidneys, livers, whatever you need to do. Don't sell drugs, sell donuts. So, and get you these combiners, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and they don't take up a lot of room. Not at all. So that's what's great. So that is all I gotta say. These are friggin' awesome, and you should get them. So with that, tune in next time when we talk about something good, bad, or awesome. Probably what we're going to be talking about, we're going to go back to the world of Demon Slayer and Miss Shinobu Coach. Oh, we'll get that one there going too as well. But tune in next time. We'll talk about something good, bad, or awesome. Give you my opinions, facts, figures, whatever it may be. My drunk history about whatever it is. I'm not drunk. I just sometimes act that way. I'm just high on life, my friends. So y'all remember, stay young, have fun, and be awesome. Combaticons, let's roll out. I don't think they say that. Combaticons, roll out. Combaticons, combat out. I don't know. We'll see y'all later. Talk to you. Bye.